Alright, how's it going, guys? I'm back with another Nomad Survival beta video, and today we're going to be going over the second half of the Crusader's Evolution branch. Just for reference, the Crusader got a little change for his weapon ability. It is just the Holy Aura, and so it doesn't have the hammers that are thrown all over the place like, the ones that we're going to dearly miss. But I think we're going to get him back this video. However, so it's going to always be constantly doing damage once a second, right? And the base damage is reduced by half, so the aura that's out all the time is 50% of the actual damage of the weapon skill, and whenever the weapon skill is used, the attack deals additional an attack enemies an additional time with the base damage, which isn't reduced. Wow, my brain was having some lag right there. Basically, when the weapon skill goes off, it's going to deal full damage, and it'll go back to 50% after that. So gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Crossroads, 300% enemy speed, and I will see you guys at 30. Alright folks, here we are about to hit level 30, and we're gonna be going through the second tree, which is going to be Smite. So Smite brings back those great hammers that we know and love. It unleashes 5 rotating hammers that expand outward with enhanced knockback power. These hammers have 2 times base damage, so it keeps the SP the same as well. So I'm interested to see. Looks like they use the same FX, which not a bad thing. No issues there. It did not say that it was impacted by a mount or knockback. So I am interested to see where this is going to go at level 60, which I'm going to go ahead and save you some time and skip right to level 60. Alright guys, back. We're about to hit level 60. And I am interested to see where this is going to go because I've got a lot of questions, folks. I got a lot of questions. Crusader is looking mighty interesting right now, so I'm wondering what you are doing to one of my favorite characters. Alright, so level 60. Got 2 more paths. One called Templar's Fury, and the other one Inquisitor's Wrath. I've been loving all the names, by the way. These have been fantastic. So let's look at Templar's Fury. Additional hammers will be thrown based on your mount stat, which I figured was going to happen. Up to 10 hammers in total. Their base damage is also increased by your knockback stack. For example, 100% knockback would be no bonus, but 135% knockback would be a 35% increase. That is pretty sick. That's a huge increase in damage. Not too many people go the knockback skill as far as I'm aware. It's a passive and you can get a huge increase in knockback. So that means we're going to get a huge increase in damage here if I was going knockback. But the amount is something I assumed would happen. It looks like for a lot of these paths, you're going to have certain stats increase certain paths. And so that's just going to increase the amount of builds you're going to be playing. That's awesome. The other choice is Inquisitor's Wrath. It's going to increase your SP to 300. It says Smite is now modified by the skill size and no longer has a knockback bonus, but instead pierces through all enemies with 3 times base damage. Oh, that is insane. Alright, so since I haven't been grabbing the skill size, I'm going to go ahead with Templar's Fury because I have duplication leveled up a little bit, and I have ascension with the +1 amounts, so I want to see what these extra hammers look like. Well, I can tell you right now, it's looking pretty fantastic. It looks like I was just at the end of an SP bonus, so that was fun to see the good OG lawnmower. I do like the damage increase. Like, you guys might be thinking this is a nerf in general because it's separating everything, but I would like to say that this is a buff just because the damage is increased, but I'll go over that at the end. It looks like it's doing pretty good keeping things off me, and knockback is something you're going to want to pick up so that you get that increased damage. But overall, it's hard to kind of tell what's going on in this hodgepodge of stuff, but you can see I'm barely taking any damage. I do have evasion up right now, but I think the knockback is doing a good job also. So I'm really interested to see what the other path looks like though. So we're definitely going to go ahead. I will make sure that I'm grabbing as many skill size as possible so we can see how ginormous those get, because I am, oh look, speak of the devil, I'm looking forward to seeing a fantastic kind of like Curious Wisp type item So I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to level 60 so you don't have to watch the fantastic 11 minutes of leveling. And we're back. About to hit level 60 for the last time. We'll finally see this last path for the Crusader of the paths that are available. And I gotta say, I am a little concerned for this character in general. We're going to be going with the Inquisitor's Wrath this time. It's going to increase our SP cost. However, Smite now is modified by the skill size, which I have maxed out, and no longer has knockback, so it's not going to knock anything back anymore, but instead it pierces through all enemies with 3 times base damage. I'm interested to see what this looks like. Alright, so that's actually pretty cool. It's nice that it applies to Spectral Sword. The damage is pretty fantastic. It's in like 1200. On crits, it's a little bit more. This is good. I do like this. They're pretty ginormous, but other than that, I don't know how I feel about it, just because the damage numbers, if you guys watch the adventure video guide, these are rookie numbers in comparison to the adventure's DPS. So I do have some concerns with the Crusader. So I have an idea that Fox might be changed in the game a little bit to where you're really focused on big damage numbers, right? Because every ability so far has been increased in damage significantly. I'm not talking about all of the other skills, I just mean specifically the weapon skills for the characters, both the Crusader and the Adventure. The Adventure got a huge buff. It does a ton of damage. Its weapon paths are absolutely insane. I think it's going to be an S tier character, honestly. The Crusader, however, was already a very strong character, and I was thinking by separating out the aura and the weapons that it might, go some interesting directions, but I am concerned significantly for the aura path, because while the increased damage is nice, right? So it did get a huge damage increase, and I mean huge. It does significantly more damage. However, I personally feel like the best way to play the game currently is with Death Sting, and instead of focusing on huge damage amounts, more just damage in general being done as often as possible so you get that Death Sting proc. I think that's 100% the easiest way to clear the giant gemstone multiplier. It's really reliant on Death Sting. And so with this damage increase, it's great, but if you saw on my aura video, as well as my colorless glyph in this video, colorless glyph is significantly larger than the aura ever can be. That's just concerning because while the increased damage is nice, it does not proc as often as colorless glyph, which makes colorless glyph still the best choice for Death Sting. And while it might not matter too much because you can just go the aura path and you're going to pick up weapon skill size anyways, which benefits both colorless glyph and the aura, and then Death Sting will work together with both of those very well. I just wish it was something different, just so that it wasn't just, I'm not trying to say it's an exact copy of colorless glyph, but it just seems like it is colorless glyph with increased damage. The hammer throwing side of the weapon branch is nice. The knockback in the first path is great. It seems to keep enemies off you really well, and the damage is significantly increased. Don't think that just getting, the 5 hammers back, which you had since level 1, now at level 30, is bad, because they hit like 600 right off the bat. It's really nice damage. The second path, I would say, is a significant increase in comparison to all the other paths, in my opinion. This is probably my favorite path for this class, just because it does significant damage. It's going off very often. With the increased size, it looks fantastic. I wish you could increase the amount. That'd be really cool, but I can understand why you can't. And I also think this would work really well with Death Sting, because it's just going off all the time. So overall, I think the Crusader's probably taken a step down in my tier list of which characters I think are the best. However, I do still think the class in general is strong. I just think I need to wait and see what the meta is going to look like once all of the characters have their evolution branches come out, basically. But that's just my opinion, guys. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to like these changes. They are still good changes. I just think they could be a little bit more impactful in regards to the first weapon path, in my opinion, for the Crusader. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below. If you guys want to hop in the beta, just go and join the Nomad Survival Discord, which you can do on the Steam page. Once you get in there, you will see some channels that have to do with the beta invites. And it's not like you have to get invited to it, you just have to be in the Discord. You go ahead and accept the fact that you can possibly corrupt your save data, which is why Fox so generously walks you through copying your save data. That way, if there is any issues, you gotta back up, it's no big deal. But I would definitely go recommend checking the Discord out so that you can join the beta. The beta's been a ton of fun so far. The next patch is going to be a big update, I have been told, so definitely go and join. As always, thanks a ton for the support. I really appreciate it, guys, and I will see you on the next one.